I'll just say this, and I'll leave it alone. I'm personally surprised that Ashley Madison exists and is allegedly still striving. And I say I'm only surprised by that because, you see, not in every case, but you do see like a rise of non-monogamous relationships and marriages, increasing anyway, whether it's polygamy, whether it's, people wanting to do an open marriage, hell, whether the people are swinging. Matter of fact, I read somewhere before doing this video that it's the first time I heard of it. There are things now that are out there called ethically non-monogamous relationships. Like they have meet and greets and all this type of stuff. It's definitely a thing. So with all these other avenues of, married couples or just, dedicated couples, with all these options of couples being able to see other people, I'm surprised that an Ashley Madison website would still exist in terms of, I'm going to deceptively cheat and look for an affair, despite the fact that we have so many other open marriage, polygamist, non-monogamous type of options out there. Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and we are talking about the latest documentary on Hulu, and I'm a big fan of documentaries and when they're done right. So we're talking about the Ashley Madison affairs. That came out, I think just yesterday. But anyway, for those, how can I put it? You ever see something on the news or hear about something and you just say to yourself, yeah, there's going to be a documentary about that 10 years from now. That's exactly what we have here with Ashley Madison. For those who aren't familiar, Ashley Madison is a website for married people who specifically want to cheat. Well, it's a niche website specifically for married people who are looking for affairs. That's the whole thing. So I think it first came out in 2002. And of course, as you can imagine, definitely got a lot of negativity, people, a lot of criticism and so forth, because it's like, why would you promote infidelity, get this, that, and the third? And that was the whole thing. I want to say as late as 2021. Well, let me not skip ahead. Let's just start right there. So yeah, it was created about 2002. Like I said, it's a website for married people who are looking to cheat. And the whole scandal that came about, I want to say 2015. So now granted, from 2002 to 2015, this site is just gradually growing. I think it had like 4 or 5 million users by 2015. 2015 is when I very first even heard about Ashley Madison. 2015 is when the huge hack came about. And this hack, the hack that happened, for those who aren't familiar, is anybody using the website, it was huge on staying anonymous and stuff like that, keeping yourself secret. Anyone who was on that website looking for side pieces or side dudes and all that, your information got leaked. And if you're on that website doing what you're not supposed to be doing, they had, like, if you sent any news, they had what your name was, they had your address. All that type of stuff got leaked in 2015. And when I remember the story coming out, I remember thinking, damn, either divorce lawyers about to come up big or marriage counselors are coming up big, depending on how that marriage goes. And that's as far as I thought of it. But when you watch this documentary, you find out that unfortunately for some people, it got a little worse than that. Like, there were some people in high, morally high jobs or whatever, or things of that nature, and they got fired, and due to that, they self-terminated themselves. So there were some people who just were so embarrassed by this hack and leak that people took their own lives off of this. As I said, certain people lost their jobs, and also it really even revealed hurt from the spouse, that when they found out that their husband or wife was on this website seeking, other people to have affairs with. So it definitely caused a lot of hurt Once again, lives were lost off this thing. And what was wild is this was strictly just a morality play. Strictly just off of morals. Like the hacking or hackers, they called themselves an impact team, and they didn't want any money. This wasn't one of these hacks where it's like, pay us $20 million and we'll stop. They were the threat was, if you don't take this website down, we're going to leak all your clients and customers' personal information. The CEO at the time that was really big on making this happen was Neil Bitterman. Neil Bitterman, he definitely had the whole theory of all publicity is good publicity. So he would go on shows like The View and any news talking head that wanted to have him, and he would debate with them about why Ashley Madison is good for people. The something that was even worse than the hack, believe it or not, was actually the fact that it started to come out that Ashley Madison was kind of scamming folks in a sense. Like, out of these millions of users, as you can imagine, the majority were men. But the huge kicker was that Ashley Madison was accused or actually found guilty of creating fake profiles in order to keep the money rolling in from male users. And so I think it was something to the fact of, I think there was one email that got leaked or something like that, to where it was talking about, like, I think 20,000 fake accounts were created by Ashley Madison just to keep the men engaged and to keep them paying. But once again, it's a good watch. If I'm not mistaken, you could check it out yourself. I think Ashley Madison, despite all of those negative things that happened, from the hack to being found guilty of creating fake profiles, I believe Ashley Madison still exists. And I think it's actually, dare I say, stronger than ever. It's like, well, damn, I guess some people who may be in that situation are like, yo, if Ashley Madison can survive what it survived, hell, maybe I'll sign up and see what it is. Maybe they learned their lesson from all the stuff they got exposed 4 years ago. I'll just say this, and I'll leave it alone. I'm personally surprised that Ashley Madison exists and is allegedly still striving. And I say I'm only surprised by that because, you see, not in every case, but you do see like a rise of non-monogamous relationships and marriages, increasing anyway, whether it's polygamy, whether it's, people wanting to do an open marriage, hell, whether the people are swinging. Matter of fact, I read somewhere before doing this video that it's the first time I heard of it. There are things now that are out there called ethically non-monogamous relationships. Like, they have meet and greets and all this type of stuff. It's definitely a thing. So with all these other avenues of, married couples or just, dedicated couples, with all these options of couples being able to see other people, I'm surprised that an Ashley Madison website would still exist in terms of, I'm going to deceptively cheat and look for an affair, despite the fact that we have so many other open marriage, polygamist, non-monogamous type of options out there. So take it with you will. That's just how I feel about it. Once again, if you haven't seen it or if you're not familiar with the Ashley Madison, I encourage you to give it a watch. It's very entertaining, and it's a fairly short watch. It's 3 episodes that are about 45 minutes apiece. You can knock it out in a weekend. Love it or hate it, that's my review. Peace.